Club World Cup no course. And no Chelsea ni Flamingo. Bansan na me wuram no. Say me wura nsem ba kubim.
Okay.
And sana mako Chelsea ni Flamingo eno so. Etu be join ni Angela from Kumasi 96.1. Angela from Kumasi 96.1. Join you Facebook no so. YouTube no Talk More GH. TOKMOGH. Over the week, me baba ye Real Madrid a first game under Xabi Alonso. Abrana ye din komo about a kwanya Real Madrid a fast so press say a new era our Real Madrid. Xabi Alonso per se o create a new tactical culture at the team my friend Real Madrid from the near who under Carlo Ancelotti and the near who under Zinedine Zidane. It's a new era no started. A new era no starting. Although say results in the performance no wasn't up there, but the ideas on the pitch are the quality of a good coach. Xabi Alonso exhibited those ideas. Say with time the execution of the players never become one. Real Madrid will come back competing with the top guns now or more Europe. But me focus more on off the ball. It's more of the pressing and you more about how to possession. Ebenonsube to me transition asako into a high press. And then you share more of on the ball no. You really about Chelsea and the Flamingo so game no ekakra. So we share Real Madrid under Carlo Ancelotti. Now omonya strict positional side. Strict positional side, let's say by force to say the beyond gina space. It's the bia omugina space the bia so bigina space but Carlo Ancelotti the any day na enya strict it's ombetumi vacate space no at any time. It's the players were given the freedom say ombetumi arrive in space ha omo pe but Carlo Ancelotti shift sa de na adiaba. It's in the first match on the ball we saw a very rigid structure bia na Real Madrid use and that structure no was 3-2-5. This 3-2-5 no coach your friend Xabi Alonso I used to be a Leverkusen and no annual transfer was about to my friend Real Madrid. 3-2-5 no say no share players no. Frank Garcia the left back attacking into the defensive line. Trent Alexander-Arnold also a right back no and so a movie at the pivot. It's Trent and Tchouameni and the pivot. Fede Valverde a movie high at the quarter attacking line him occupy the right half space. And a branch of friend Bellingham attacking the left half space. Vinicius Jr. on left and a branch of friend Rodrigo on the right. It is Sanana structure it is structure 3-2-5 or 3-2-2-3. Medical church the importance of this structure a narrow base proximity ni it's a bois in terms of progression. 2-2 now a 1-5-1 means a midfield overload about bois in terms of say almost central progression now because of that overload now omenya 1-5-1 and omobenya waiting so about me abo amoma stretch opponent defensive line and the opponent and so defensive system. It's 3-2-2-3 no a bois Real Madrid in attack. Such structure here so off the ball is very important in terms of Real Madrid elusu ball because of the close distances now between the players the Xabi Alonso in terms of the counter pressing it will be there. It's when the ball is lost ombetumi counter press no ombetumi agebo ni ye. This was the base structure yehu Real Madrid use. Left back in the back line, right back Trent Alexander-Arnold or inverted pivot and new for him. Fede Valverde in the right half space, Bellingham in the left half space, a branch of friend Vinicius Jr. wide and Rodrigo goes and so a wide. Wait now, make one say about bois a stretching opponents no. Yen share examples in be. Because of this structure and they be all occupy wide area. It is a switch biba sa player no wa. About to be a defensive block nim at the space in between the fullback and also the center back. It's Vinicius connect image mammy here. Real Madrid structure no use no. Advantage back power a woman. The moment a one winger ever receive ball on the pair, a draw opponent in the fullback and a abano. Now a creative space between that fullback and also the center back. It's one image and that Facebook. It's join your Facebook. You will be YouTube Talk More GH TOKMOGH. No wakwa no sanya better understanding no SAE. It's Rodrigo enya jibope. A bet draw a fullback. Na space na the fullback no and the center back in term no epie. It's that way no a stretchy backline, a stretchy opponent, a defensive system. This is an advantage of such structure now. Oh, you know. Now, so a stretchy backline no, now a creative space in between the fullback and the center back there. It's a such space in your use. It's mostly teams are use the Xabi Alonso use no. They rely on chances from the half spaces. It's a half space chance creation. Important when you are using the 3-2-2-3. You need players able to run into the space. It's Vini Yansanko another image. The moment Rodrigo Bejeno fullback eba space ne eda sa eda mum fifio sa space na so be for sa space no. Sa space no so be for sa space no. Another image. Xabi Alonso adwini mu no. When we say so be for space nti waka kire players ne say omu making this half space underlapping runs. Eti osha image here. You could see Bellingham in the position say he is going to attack that space. And that space, it is created as a result of the structure that Xabi Alonso use. It's in America said the idea is correct. Idea need the problem be anymore. The structure is an optimal structure for attack and even in defensive transitions. Such structure no more use no. Omo attack here good for attacking. And even off the ball, what lose ball no. Very good in terms of some defending transitions. And when Michiro mu say the closer distance na wo muntemnity and counter pressing effective. It is space criteria so be for space ni. It's one example ni Bellingham the body orientation when we say that space is created because Vinicius age and we pull fullback no and a side space no ababeda ho. Vini mami another image. You will see Fede Valverde. Also, esa attacking sa space no. This was scenario say who no match ma. And my indication say Xabi Alonso nim the oye. Well, who the advantage of the structure now or use no. And the advantage of that structure and what catching the players say omun taking use of that advantage. It is hard day where you see it. Oh, Manchester City game mupa. Time na Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan mo a warm form. You see a lot of underlapping runs through the half spaces. It is Xabi Alonso person this hard the neba at the Real Madrid team. No rely on half space chance creation. No a warm start creating more chances. But what is the problem? Now, Oba no the training session why no. 4 days spent when you with the full team. Into when your training sessions be brave. Into players no will need time on be adapted to the structure. They will need time on be adapted to the ideas. It was evident in their game on Mubotia Al and say the understanding wasn't there. It's ama execution no ankoso. And which is how you could see, particularly in the first half, San Real Madrid struggle, some be creative chance from open play. Omo chance omo creative omo dey go near from transitions. Omo dangerous chances omo nyina were from transitions, but from open play in settled attack they were struggling because of players understanding of the structure and what from ninti. Such structure way so opponent pursue defend here. Vini next image mami. Either say Obama no winger no mom aba no aba press winger no fullback agina sa space nim. Eti initially no ka winger ne gia na ka fullback ni mom aba. Na ka sa space na ba beda ho. Wo pese o protect sa space ni ma meda ho. Eti Rodrigo jibo na say o winger mom e na baba press Rodrigo na fullback ni mom ka. Eti one way omu defending against that structure. No more preventing that space from occurring or from appearing in between the fullback and also the center back. Eti the other end say, Oba shift to winger no na oba be press opponent no winger, that is Rodrigo. Now fullback na stay simple as ABC. But any say meaning say opponent no so ebenya free man obetumi abounce pass na ama no. Eti hwe in this instance winger ne ba Rodrigo ho no Valverde aye free Abranti your friend Rodrigo ebetumi pass ball no e de ama no. Eti in this instance we say there will be a lot of 2v1s against your winger. Eti Rodrigo je ball winger baba no so fullback baba no so. But fullback na winger mienu nyina ba no so meaning say that space na appear wo machi no baba. Eti yankwa next image na Vinicius here hard Rodrigo ajebo 2v1 no appear. There is a space between Omo and the center back no. When na Xabi Alonso pe. When na Xabi Alonso pesa players in everyone the firm. But where is the run? Where is the run? Trent Alexander-Arnold ko betumi amandala pen run no. And particularly Fede Valverde na on Rodrigo eboso on that right hand side no. Onu na ese ma Rodrigo that run no. But where is Valverde? Another problem in terms of the execution and understanding of the structure. Mami, another image biom. Rodrigo besaje obe puli defender no along. Space ni be create wo ho. Who is running through that channel? The moment aka Rodrigo ji ball na ka Fede Valverde demrike kwa kofam. It is an automatism. So practice here ebe ka players no ho. It player ni nim say winger no ji ya fullback na step na sa to kuro no. Ma me family kan konkofam. But 4 days training session. Emma want to mean practice this automatism. Emma ninka players ni trim. It we a Real Madrid fan. Yes, performance na nkoye. It is understandable. Yes, results na nkoye. It is understandable. But the ideas behind the here in the first match no is top notch. And the players need be here time. And some of them are accustomed to that system, to that structure na Xabi Alonso pese o use no. Players ni bi won so a oye omo den omo nte ase da obu wo ha wodwene no ho kora wonte na senti sa players no kra so mu je omo kwan now sa structure no 3-2-5 na hu say na sa to me dane ekọ 4-3-3 enti e try say he is also flexible in terms of the structure no eti 4-3-3 no ye hu sa Trent na on invert eti obeka backline nim na afi abay Frank Garcia obe stay in the backline. Trent Alexander-Arnold no be stay in the backline. It's Vinicius, my next image, you know. Uba wants that simple 4-3-3 there. But that simple 4-3-3, no, that space occupation is there. Still now they occupy the space. Still now a positional structure. 2 players in the half spaces. A pivot and 2 deep fullbacks are more. Just like Ancelotti to Diana or Yusu Liverpool. No. It's a 3-2-5 and also 4-3-3. What does it show us? A try say or you're flexible in terms of the structure no. Obetumi asesa ne nsa no in terms of the structure no. And was there any fluidity? Yes, no fluidity wom. Mame, one example, you could see a vertical rotation between a branch and Trent not 3-2 no or pivot no with Fede Valverde no attacking right half space. And you imagine now you could see blue no a branch friend Fede Valverde onu momaba. And na Trent mom aqua attacking half space, so there is fluidity. It is not just a particularly rigid system. Rotations there be on tisa or sharp rotations or say flexible when the structure. No. Another example, example not Trent our attacking line. Frank Garcia na go back line no so about attacking line. Ama Fede Valverde and Bellingham aba deep. Eti echira wo say and also that sign of the fluidity ni bi Vinicius ko wanim emame connect image ni mame near hwesa image no eti hwe Trent akwa attacking line nim Abrante your friend Frank Garcia aba attacking line nim Fede Valverde aba deep Bellingham nso appear also signs of fluidity. Eti 3-2-5 no etumi change ko 4-3-3. Is it rigid without movement? No, movement wom. Eti a trust Xabi Alonso ideas no are putting in place no ebetumi aboa team a your friend Real Madrid, but the execution from the players no any here say enso mutumi ya ntem no mo adapt by a signs of Carlo Ancelotti football ni bi ewo mumu. Xabi Alonso per se team no from the first phase to the second phase to the last phase no omoko as a team. It will be more image be our Bayer Leverkusen. You could see Bayer Leverkusen no are penny opponents no deep in their half. Na opponents no end to mean pie. Opponents no on to mean pie was say adianimu sa because of kwanya no mercy attack you as a team. But Osha ahela bo ni bia. Obo say constantly na Real Madrid person mo hit space na e dom opponent na chi no. Constant long balls. Omo je ball na ho pepre na omo person mo di ko manim. Vinicius je ball na person attacking the fullback. Eti de bia no na create a huge gap within the system. Eti hwe image way. Ball no our attacking line. But attacking line ni person or 3. 7 now can ewo deep. This is not what Xabi Alonso wants. And you win opposite team no arriving in the final third as a team, as one compact unit. Send a beya ball no omulusu ya ombetumi counter press no maje. But because you say team no coach na no mo bo wani mu no omunye sadie ni ti sadie ni still na da so wo. One example, nipa 3 omo person de ball no kokoshe 7 na ka chireti now we lose ball na you are vertically stretched. Mami another example biom hwe Vinicius ajebo nipa 7 aka wo deep but still no person de ball ni pushi no mo nipa miensa no mo kokoshe go. When you lose the ball as a afena sabe regroup, you cannot counter press and retrieve possession, and this is not the football Xabi Alonso person obo. So person obo football who now control possession meaning say as always say effective in the pressing. Because you lose ball na ese quickly kwaje ne back. And nothing that structure no important in terms of say a ball with the control no. A ball amo ball ni dia ko anim no. Na say ball in terms of say ulu lose ball na obesa kwaje ne back. It attends say Real Madrid fans no. Early days yet. But the science of Xabi Alonso ideas no is there, but the execution of the players no and also anyhow. And we saw some overload to isolate sequences be any kwanya that individual quality of the players no so much system na see a better into play with Trent Alexander-Arnold the long switches with Hoyson and long switches Raul Asensio so long switches eti Vini next image mami you could see Trent Alexander-Arnold that all switchable no e dia bra branch friend no Vinicius Junior. So switch ne eba meaning say you are isolated with the fullback. And some of Vini that 1v1 opportunity against a fullback obekukino. This is what Xabi Alonso edeba Real Madrid. A new tactical transformation, a positional side with structures are flexible, are with maximum fluidity. Able to me aboa team no. But as to say, to me adapt it. Normal to me understanding the system, only time will tell. I think it is early days yet. Etina omuni pachuka ni ebo. Eti ebehwe noma ombeye wo team nim na yahwe sense san ebi wom anase players no de omo ya and still na omo ya na. Sukable eno a Flamingo any Chelsea die no. Me di kaka cho say Copa Libertadores for na kire say ball no munimbo. Okay. Omunimbo. Because no 8 matches are on my bono. No bien lose game.
8 good matches.
8 good matches are no obia bono moon lose game. Palmeiras no lose Fluminense lose. Na Boca lose. Na team friend River Plate en lose. Na Botafogo en soon lose.
8 games.
No obia lose. Omo 6 teams. And na no mabo 8 so far because na bia bo Monday 1 and Monday 2. Okay. It is how 8 games no bien lose. And Botafogo also stand here. Abro Muse PSG, that is the reigning Champions League winner by that go to nil. It's because was a Flamingo ni Chelsea babeshiano. Es Chelsea for every year. Okay. Because Copa Libertadores for Niabre. And Felipe Luis Juma all year of Flamingo ni Chelsea. Or a very good coach. Na Brazil national team for no cry person ko beba be coach team no. But say early days because we hear some kind of experience. And now much the team friend in Chelsea say omo a tougher opponent to beat. And now how omo out of possession no me discipline and how no must compact. But my problem with Chelsea throughout the season mienu. Chelsea a problem pa mimi who omo team no 2. These problems, one, Chelsea structure too rigid.
Chelsea structure.
Chelsea 3-2-5 no more use no. As omo jina faku with low movement. For Chelsea structure no compare PSG there no. PSG were a positional side, but you see a lot of rotations. Some rotations, no, it is very difficult to deal with. It is sometimes a Chelsea bobo na. Obo se Kopama. Yabebo be 35 minutes. Na kabo be 15. This is the most creative player in the team. Arguably was star man. But when you enough touches on the ball, se Kopama nya enough touches of the ball, dia ne besi obey ineffective in the game. But opese Kopama jina sa half space ni ma. Na ball ne ba beto no. Oma some movements in flow. Some movements in flow and na wo bubu block no. No what to me find this space, no what to me locate players no. But they be able to 3-2-5 no pampe. Fluidity ni so ewom eti emuomo. Game at Chelsea boy omo fluid was against Tottenham at the Stamford Bridge. Na game na fair. Omo bubu Tottenham 4 block no with ease. Enzo no drop it from high to low. Na Kopama drop it from high to low. Na cause problem for team and friend of Tottenham. But on time with that fluidity in Chelsea for attacking block no. That is the problem back Chelsea for a woman. Almost fluidity mem. Or allow players in more movie. Now more in terms of say to me a movie born not forward. Now the last one and the most important one. Se Chelsea in Kurabona. Omo intensity no and will form papa. Se Chelsea in Kurabona. Their intensity of the ball and will form papa. Their intensity in the high press and also in their block when they are defending. Kopama any that intensity no. Noni Madueke obetake kura no ne namo. Pedro Neto any that physicality no be more that intensity no. It is the only player or what team ni ma o mo sa de no Caicedo. Salavia Bobia and or complement. It is a Manchester Lusubuana who's intensity no will form in terms of some person kwaje on the back. Where your problem is a Chelsea for you to me solving in time.
Okay.
Because of about Champions League. Sa intensity no any pressing him. Sa intensity no any out of possession block no ma ebe harding. Okay. And I think these are two key areas. Chelsea for na so to me a solve a show a previous season and then show our Flamingo game nim. Ese omutumi Enzo Maresca to me solving. Na suka Enzo Maresca nya no normal bi na ya no yeye. Rich James no ko bo met for infaso be no so. Ono so to da bi ano yeye normal bi na
say we preseason to implement say fa.
Trophy ni abo, major trophy no.
Oh yeah, but also say was a preseason. Say August almost start
to boss play a year preseason and Rich James na so the bomb for.
Say on or try say be fa no asakubo ni two.
O pese o ye ne say Rich James no on say ni injury problem no.
Yeah.
On pese o be mana kwa nim in terms of overlapping football.
Okay.
But anya force to say fa no bom finfin. Obetumi in simple no akaba clan nim. It will 3-2 no man shot 3 nim. Okay. No encore okay. Simple as ABC.
Standing two.
Exactly. No aka backline him. It will be cut center backs no aye 3. We yes had the way at Anfield against Liverpool. A 3-2 structure na Rich James aka backline no. E dey ni 15 no. It will share omo first half na. Omo to be kura ball. No mo to be kura ball. This is a problem. Fullback no obeshen 5 e ho no e traffic o. Sa wo genuine to me and under pressure what both team neka and Salavia ho se Enzo Fernandez mo ho now for mo man body ya wo the James ne ba o de ne ba be that Darius Sugu kra no so ho ono so kan ho bi sa ne tenkren bi ya no ye with the lineup no and also a team no okay. And lastly Nicholas Jackson ono so mo ne nkasa
red card doso.
Red card ni yellow card ni doso.
And also Japan so as only serious cry.
Boss player and no attack we are okay.
For so be part also.
When him say ade no me na ya ma pagya ne sasta yi. At the red card na beba. na still no what's hard in the 9 ko wo ye bi tie Newcastle e ma ka Chelsea for e ye lusu game yi e omo lusu kura 2-0 that game omo lusu 2-0 na how omo Champions League chances na still na what's up repeating same mistake abra with team ye 2-1 down ye do ba mo any 5 minutes kwa no say that naive mistake as a red card every game am a game na be complicated for team nti Nicola Jackson susu ban no boss player ati say so no so omne ne kasa but in all no there's no cause for alarm but some mienu way intensity of the ball and also fluidity in their structure no to me e correct I think say they will be okay in terms of say competing ye boss player.
Nice one. Sports biggie tactical man and yatene kan nti ye ko nani best wo na ono so de ne de ato so e de amaye na ye wi a ya ba fie HOD Kevin